Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So we do have a trade in at the moment, but we'll get to that later in the video. At the moment, we have come back into this area of consolidation, would have expected us to bounce. Well, we did bounce off the top of the range, sort of up here, and that is 34,255. At the moment, we're on a tear to the downside, so it's pretty much the same setup as yesterday. The Asian session was quite a strong move to the downside, and then we sort of had stability come in the US session. But if we just get to the levels through the time frame at the moment, so obviously V reversals are pretty rare. So we have an inside bar at the moment. We have a grouping of the oscillators. We are back into an area where there is going to be some support. Volumes are low at the moment, so not much support coming off this here. But as soon as Europe starts opening up, then we're going to see, I suspect we'll see some value buyers coming in here. This is the floor as far as I'm concerned, which is 33,740. Break and retest of that area, that's going to validate to move to the downside. So at the moment, we're back in an area of support, lots of support here. I suspect we get some value buyers coming in. I think we've already got a few coming in yesterday. Going at the close, you can see there's the the last couple of hours of the US session. Pretty much big up, big down, a big confusion, but you can see inside bar, pin bar, and then we've got these Asian sessions, which is not really giving us the right picture. And if you look at the oscillators, gently moving to the upside while price is making a new low. So we do have a trade in at the moment. We came in at 34,220, so pretty much somewhere in this area here, somewhere around there. Anyway, you get the picture. Pretty much somewhere in this area here. At the moment, stop is below this area here of 33,740. So just over a 500-point stop loss down there. Probably going to leave that for now. I did mention a wedge yesterday on the Telegram channel. Here is the wedge, and you can see we squirted to the downside and then back into the wedge, and now we're testing the wedge again. So haven't seen this kind of structure in quite some time. Normally what happens is when you see a wedge break in the opposite direction to what it does, remember what we say, there's only a 25% probability of it continuing to the downside. There's a 75% probability of it playing out. In other words, breaking up and continuing. So at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, we could probably see it on the 15-minute. We are bottom of wedge. So we stepped out the wedge. You can see there's a pretty clear wedge there, pretty clear wedge to the top. So we stepped out of it, didn't break, rejected or came back in the Asian session back to test the bottom of the wedge. So that's kind of the structure that I'm seeing at the moment. So at the moment, we need to break above 34,255 and 34,223 to start building momentum to the upside. So at the moment, nothing really on offer. Position I have in is a pretty small position, so 500-point stop loss is well within my risk profile, should we call it. But yeah, I think that's kind of my view at the moment. I still suspect we are going to find some support here somewhere, and it's just the Asian session that's driving us low, basically creating a new low at the moment. So yeah, could also just continue to the downside at the bottom end of this range. If that's the case, I think we will just quietly sit on the sides and wait for some stability before we start looking at a move back to the upside. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of it for me at the moment. Not really looking pretty during the Asian session, but anyway, that's the way the markets work. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.